Okay, we are live. All right. Can everyone hear me? How do I sound? Everything check out? Stream look okay? All right. All right, guys. Lunchtime stream. So we're starting at noon. We're not going to go any longer than 1 hour. I'm going to be out of here after 1 hour. So, yeah. Basically, something happened this morning. Something really interesting and, in my opinion, really cool. And we're going to spend some time talking about it. So I'm going to give people a minute or two to gather up before we really get into it. But hopefully the stream gods are with me today. Hopefully the stream maintains integrity. Caleb, Mask, Noah, Pigeon. I see you guys. In a couple minutes here, I am going to have to step away for maybe 2 minutes to go take care of something, but shouldn't be a big issue. So everyone just be prepared for that. Aaron, welcome. All right, let's go ahead and get underway, guys. So, how's it going, everybody? We've got some breaking news, or, well, when I say breaking news, I mean it happened a few hours ago. I already discussed it a little bit. But the Seahawks are not done. Just because the draft is almost here, just because we've already signed a lot of pass rushers, does not change the fact that this team clearly is not done and clearly has great interest in continuing to add to their team via proven veterans. So, Aldon Smith is now a Seahawk. And I personally think this is a good move, but I don't yet know how he's going to fit in. I cannot yet say how he will fit in. We don't know if he's going to play Leo or Sam. If he plays Leo, then somebody else has to play Sam. If he plays Sam, then things pretty well take care of themselves. As of right now, I have him listed on the team as a Sam. But I think there's the possibility that Darrell Taylor ends up being our Sam linebacker. We have one guy in the chat that I know of who is very excited about that possibility. And I could see it happening as well. Playing Sam linebacker might be the best way for Darrell Taylor to get on the field. It is also possible that Benson Mayowa plays Sam. I think he has the athleticism to do it, although I'm not super excited about that possibility. I think it is at least worth mentioning for a moment. So, the current crop of Seahawks defensive linemen is Leos are Dunlap, Alton Robinson, Darrell Taylor, Benson Mayowa, and Aldon Smith, with one of those five guys needing to move to Sam in all likelihood. Dunlap is an experienced veteran who's had a great career and was great for us last year. Alton Robinson had a very nice rookie year for us last year. 4 sacks, averaged over a pressure a game. Darrell Taylor is a rookie that we obviously really liked because we took him in the second round. And then Benson Mayowa, who is a veteran who played pretty well for us last year, I thought. I think he did the best that he could. And he really had some productive games for us late in the season, I thought. And then you have Kerry Hyder and Rasheem Green at 5 Tech. Kerry Hyder had a career year for the 49ers last year, played very well replacing Nick Bosa. And Rasheem Green, I still think might be in line for a little bit of a breakout year. Not a huge breakout year because there are too many players in front of him, but I still think he has the potential to be pretty good. And then three tech, you have Puna Ford, who proved last year he can be a capable pass rusher from the defensive tackle spot, so I think we will move him to the three tech. And you have LJ Collier, who I think proved he can at least be a disruptor from the three tech or five tech position, but I think he will be moving to three tech permanently this season. And then at one tech, we have Al Woods and Brian Monet. So we basically go 11 deep with defensive linemen now, with the possibility that one of those defensive linemen will move to Sam. But even if they do, we also understand they have the flexibility to move back to Leo or I guess even five tech if need be. So, in my opinion, we no longer need to prioritize drafting a Sam linebacker. It was a consideration before today. I no longer think it is. I think you might see us use a fourth round pick or later on a Sam, but I no longer think it is a reasonable expectation for us to use a second round or third round pick on a Sam linebacker. Yeah, Captain Rex, we might sign Sherman, but I don't really want to. Um, After thinking about it, I'm not crazy about that. But anyway, that's the way I see it right now. The question that I have is who is going to be the Sam and who's going to be the Leos? What's your guess for combined sacks this season? I would hope at least 50. If our offense is good, we should have no problem creating passing situations for opposing teams. Do we think Aldon Smith will be moved to Sam and we don't resign KJ? Somebody will get moved to Sam. Somebody's getting moved to Sam. I don't know who, but somebody is. And yeah, KJ's off the board. Forget KJ, guys. I feel bad for him, but it is what it is. We don't have room for him. KJ, forget him. Even if we signed him at this point, he would never get on the field, and who wants that, you know? Who wants KJ Wright to come back just to fart around on the bench, you know? So yeah, forget about KJ. That's one thing I'm going to put out there right now. I don't even know if I want him back. Again, if he comes back, he's going to do what? Play 10% of the snaps at most? So Cody Barton is our starter? No. Our starters are Wagner and Brooks with Aldon Smith as the Sam. Cody Barton is a backup. Yes, exactly, Tommy. Sam plays about 30 to 35, maybe 40% of the snaps. What corner in the draft? I've talked about corners a lot lately, Ryan. If you go watch my corner videos from a couple weeks ago, you'll see. Taylor is the most experienced OLB out of all the DEs. He played OLB in college more than he played DE. Yeah, yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, Eric Stokes is my favorite corner in this draft, but he's probably going to be gone before we draft. My dream round two pick right now would probably be De'Ami Brown or Pat Freiermuth. Yeah, Ethan, I saw that. I saw that. Believe me, I was watching the last couple outs while I was setting up the stream. I think Daryl Taylor will play, but either way, either way, this pass rush is deadly. Dunlap in a full season is absolutely capable of getting about 8 sacks, I think. Alton Robinson, if he develops, should be getting 4 or 5. Daryl Taylor, we don't know, but I expect him to be at 4 or 5 sacks this year. Benson Mayowa, I think even with limited playing time, he can come in with like 3 or 4. Kerry Hyder, I think he can get like 6. Rasheem Green, I think, could get like 4. Puna, I think he can get like 3 or 4. LJ Collier, 4 or 5. And that's just the lineman. Aldon Smith as a Sam linebacker is still probably good for 5 or 6. Brown might be redundant with the Metcalf here. I don't agree at all. I still get nervous about injuries. Well, that's always the case. Michael, I don't like the centers in this draft very much. Yeah, Captain Rex, I don't know what you're talking about, dude, but we're not drafting a quarterback or a running back in round two. We might draft a running back, but we better not. I'm going to be pissed if we do. So you add it all up, you're pretty easily getting to 35 to 40 sacks just from the defensive linemen. I think you can get to 40 sacks pretty easily just for the defensive linemen. Well, obviously, running back, Captain Rex. At least we kind of have a need there. And then if you add in Jamal on the blitz, you add in Wagner and Brooks on the blitz, you're getting to 50 sacks this year pretty cleanly if everybody plays even part of the way to expectations. I like Aldon in the role we presume he will play. It could leave plenty of time for Taylor to show us what he's got. Who do you think will be starting on the defensive line? Dunlap, Woods, Ford, and Kerry Hyder. That's what I say starts. Dunlap, Woods, Ford, Kerry Hyder. Yeah, Jamal will probably have 5 or 6 sacks this year. So yeah, without anybody blowing up, we're probably getting to about 50. We might have the best pass rush in the league right now. We might have the best pass rush in the league. You think our defense will be stronger than our offense? Yes. Expectations for Taylor? Well, now we don't have to put a ton of pressure on him, which is nice. But I expect him to play, and I expect him to play linebacker and end. I think the most exciting thing for me, I think the most exciting thing for me is the fact that none of these guys on the defensive line will probably have to play more than 600 snaps this year. I think you're looking at a collection of players who will rotate so much, none of these guys on the line will play more than 600 snaps this year. Maybe not more than 550. Probably not Xander, but that's more to do with rule changes than anything else, probably. I think we will draft a cornerback for sure. Second round or fourth round, maybe third round. I think we're getting a cornerback who we expect to contribute as a rookie. I expect the offense to struggle at first, just because it's a new system. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. We gonna get Eric Stokes? I hope so. That would be very nice if DJ Reed actually. I mean, I'm sorry, if Eric Stokes actually fell that far, that'd be sweet, man. But I kind of doubt it's gonna happen. He's really good. I do not want to trade down. No, we don't know the money for Aldon Smith yet, but it's probably going to be league minimum or a little bit more. Nobody else was that interested in him, it looked like. Thank you, Maverick. Mariners won, yeah. Yeah, Farley is never going to fall to us. There's no way. Farley was a top 10 pick before he got hurt. He's going to be a first rounder. Hmm. But to expand about what I was saying, I think the offense is going to have some troubles at first just because it's a new system, it's a new coordinator. But I think they will eventually figure it out. That's my take. 1.75 million? Okay, that's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. We might still get a free agent corner, but I would rather draft a guy because it's a good draft. How much was the contract? 1.75 million. Yeah, exactly, Daniel. Why do we need five or six guys who are going to be hanging around on the practice squad? Wouldn't you rather get one guy who can ball out as a rookie? No, Ian, do not trade Rasheem Green. We need more five techs. We need to keep our five techs. Well, yeah, yeah, Green Earth. If everybody we want at 56 is gone, then don't stay there. So, yeah, let's see here. Do you think we have a good chance to go to the Super Bowl? Sure. Alex, I expect LJ to move inside 100%. I would be very surprised if he doesn't. Yeah, if Daryl Taylor can play Sam, that gets rid of a lot of problems for us. Who's better, Green or Collier? I don't know. I like Green more. Ian, hopefully we find a good balance because Jamal is an amazing blitzer. You want to use him as a blitzer, but you don't want to do it too much. Hopefully we find the right balance. Who is the odd man out? What do you mean, Pater? Um, Pater, I think one of them is moving to linebacker. You know, Daniel, you may be right. I'm on. We don't even know what our schedule is. How can I do that? Remember, guys, it's not just about pass rushers. It's about the flexibility. That'd be okay, Noah. Yeah, Ryan, he can. He just didn't. I mean, he did it well in New York, so yeah, that's pretty good, Daniel. You should do that. I'm on. We know who we're playing. We don't know the order. Okay. Yeah, I am. If we could do it over again, we might not bring back Mayoa. But we got him. We may as well try to figure out what we can do with him. He's not a bad player. I would go receiver, Maverick, but either's fine with me. Oh yeah, if Ken Norton can't figure it out with this defense, get him out of here immediately. And get Carroll out of here too. No excuse to not have a good defense with this talent. Now, here's where I would urge caution. The last time I was this excited about a Seahawks defensive line, it was 2017. Clark, Bennett, Averill, Richardson. I thought those guys were going to kill people, and it just didn't happen. So, you know, sometimes expectations don't get met. But I really like what we're doing. I like what we're building. But let the record show I do not want to trade back to get 80 million picks. I want to attack our last couple areas of serious need with the highest value possible. Rondell Moore is not falling to the fourth round. JB, I don't think there's a good offensive lineman for us to get. I don't like the centers in this draft very much at all. So I'm not seeing it. All right, guys. So that's really all I can say about the Aldon Smith situation. Very interested to see what we do with our defensive line depth. Well, yeah, Daniel, you're right. He would be perfect. That's what makes it suck so much that he can't get it together. That's what makes it suck so much that he just can't get it together, man. I love Josh Gordon's potential in this offense. Yeah, and I remember that. Yeah, that's why I really want to add somebody like De'Ami Brown or Nico Collins. Just one more guy who's better than Freddie Swain. Give me one more receiver who is better than Freddie Swain. Or at least as good, I guess. I'm not enamored with Freddie Swain as much as some people, but he's all right. Penguin, I think that LJ Collier is going to move to defensive tackle. Probably AB. And by the way, don't sleep on us using a second round pick on a top offensive tackle. Don't sleep on that because odds are very good that Dwayne Brown and Brandon Shell are both going to miss some games. So we could really stand to get somebody in there who is both good for 2021 and going to be a stud from 2022 on. If we get to Samuel Cosby somehow, Cosme, Samuel Cosme, or Dylan Radnuns, give me both of those. One of those, rather. Do not trade back, just take them. Okay. Hopefully you're right, Ian. Hate is still pretty good, chaotic. I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, Terrence, I definitely do. I made a video about it discussing it for about 8.5 minutes if you want to go watch that. But yeah, when you put it like that, Mask, it makes you wonder if Dunlap could move around a little bit. He's big. So is Robinson, actually. Wow. Okay. Robinson has some heft to him. We could draft a wide receiver 3 too. Don't rule it out. But it really just depends on who's there. We don't know who's going to be there yet. Yeah, I don't expect Aldon Smith to play 5 tech in this defense at all. He might move inside on pass rushing downs every now and then. Yeah, I don't expect Aldon Smith to play 5 tech in this defense. I expect him to be a Leo, Sam, and maybe occasional D tackle on passing downs. Yeah, Penguin. I think he might play a lot of Sam linebacker for us, and if that's the case, then yeah. No, Jake, he's not going to play enough for 10 plus sacks. Seahawks fan, we have a linebacker. We just signed a linebacker. Who do you think will lead the team with sacks? I'll say Dunlap with like 8, maybe 9. Green Earth. Some people think that Posick is the worst center in the league. I I think there are people out there who think Wilson can do no wrong, so they assume that things go wrong, it has to be everyone else's fault. So they want to replace a bunch of players on the offensive line this offseason because they think they suck because in their mind, what happened to the offense at the end of the year wasn't Wilson's fault, it was everyone else's fault. Except for maybe I guess the receivers, because most people still like those guys. That's kind of how I read it sometimes. Jake, I have work. I'm just on here because it's the lunch break. That's the only reason why I'm streaming right now. All right, so we've been streaming for about half an hour. So I want to thank the 85 or so people we have in the chat right now, 85 people. Thank you for coming out for this lunch stream. Please like the stream if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want daily Seahawks content. Click the join button down below to become a member for $2 or $5 a month to help support the channel even more and gain access to perks. And also, donations via Super Chat and PayPal are always appreciated. Chat is moving pretty fast right now. So if you have a comment that you really want me to read, you will probably have to Super Chat it because there's no guarantee I'm going to see it or read it. If you Super Chat it, I guarantee that I will read it. But chat is moving kind of fast right now. Posick is average. Yeah, I think he can be pretty good in this offense. In this new offense, I think he's going to fit in pretty well. Chris Carson doing a presser in 30 minutes? Okay. Does this mean Benson will get cut? Cutting him doesn't help us. Cutting him makes us pay him more money than we do if we just keep him. Biggest liability on the team right now is Collier if he is starting because he hasn't proven himself. I don't think he's going to start. I think he's going to come off the bench behind Puna. If Shane Waldron knows what he's doing, then an average center is going to be fine because we have a good left tackle, we have a very good right guard, we have a very good left guard, and we have a pretty good right tackle. I think that's going to be more than good enough. Waldron needs to figure it out. It's on Waldron. Oh, Larry Byrd, welcome. Taylor going to Sam. Yeah, you week 2K, very possible. I like the idea in general. I know, Alejandro. This season should go pretty well. We do have a couple of areas we need to address, but I feel like if we bring in one impact rookie this year, one rookie who makes a nice impact, it's going to be good. Well, yeah, Ahmad, I would hope Ken would be gone immediately if this defense isn't good quickly because look at all the pieces we brought in. We have, in some ways, left the offense behind to address defense. So, in not that I'm saying we did a bad job with any of this at all, but this team could have gone out to get better centers. They could have gotten a better receiver. They could have gotten maybe better tackle depth, but they didn't do any of those things, and they chose to make big investments on the defense. So you better be good on defense at least, because those investments we made on the defense are probably going to bite us in the offense a little bit, at least at first. I don't expect the offense to be great until maybe November or December. I think the offense will be good, but it's a new system, and the players are good, but they're not, murderers row. They're not the 27 Yankees. Yeah, I have no problem giving up the 5th round pick for Gabe Jackson, though, Maverick. I think Gabe Jackson is good. I have no beef with that. I have no issues with using a 5th-round pick to get Gabe. Jamal has not gotten an extension yet, but I expect him to. Upgrade over Upati, yeah. Yeah, we've done some on offense, but not a lot. We've done way more on defense. We're sitting here right now. Our number 3 receiver is Freddie Swain. Our starting center is Ethan Posick. We don't really have a 3rd-down running back unless we're going to let Penny do it. So we have definitely ignored some of the needs on offense to make sure we're taken care of on defense. We have. Robert, because that's where the need is, and as a Sam, he's going to be able to rush the passer a lot still. Need Gabe to at least be equal to healthy Upati. I'm pretty confident he will be. Larry Byrd. Gabe Jackson, at worst, he's been good, but there have been times in his career where he's been great, maybe even borderline elite. Sherman wants to get signed after the draft. Yes. And I know I said that I thought Aldon Smith wasn't going to get signed until after the draft, and that didn't happen. But yeah, I don't expect Sherman to sign until after the draft. Do you see our pass rush being number 1 if the new players do good? Yeah, yeah. The only pass rush in the league that might be better than ours is Tampa Bay. And we have way more depth than Tampa Bay, I think. I want us to bring back Sherman and draft a corner. We should definitely do one of those two things. Definitely do one of those two things. Hate to say it, but if healthy, the Niners D line is top in the league if they can stay healthy. I'm gonna have to really disagree with that, Robert. Bosa is good, Armstead is good, but we have no evidence on Kinlaw yet. We know Kinlaw is talented. We don't know if he's good. And yeah, they lost Kerry Hyder, who was one of their best depth pieces. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Browns have a nice pass rush, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Losing Buckner, he was special, man. Hey, Terrence Lynn, is Clowney really going to strengthen the Browns that much? No, Clowney is Clowney is not good. Maybe he can be good in some areas, but overall, he's not a very good player. All right, we got over 100 people in the stream. We got over 100 people in the stream. So I want to give a shout out to everybody who's out here today. Would you be happy if we signed Sherman to a 2-year, $6 to $10 million deal? No, no, no. Sherman can take a 1-year deal for $3 million or less. I don't know if he's realized this or not, but teams are not that interested in him. And when teams are not that interested in you, there's no reason for anybody to give you real money. Do you think we signed him for super cheap deal that doesn't affect comp picks, or Smith didn't count towards comp picks in the first place? If he signs for a bigger contract somewhere else next year, he'll give us a comp pick. Will LJ Collar go to defensive tackle? I think he will. Maybe you're right, Joshua, but he still has to stay healthy. Maybe I mean to me, he has a hard time staying healthy. He's had a couple of major injuries now. I don't like it. Penguin, yes, yes. I expect Jamal to not blitz as much because there won't be a need. Washi, I think it's pretty cool. I like it. I'm excited to see how we end up using this talent. All right, 20 minutes left in the stream, guys. 20 minutes, and then I'm going to get out of here. What comp pick round do you see us getting for Griffin? We might get a third, but I think we're probably going to get a fourth round, or I'm not 100% sure. We're not trading Jamal Adams, Washi. You may as well say, I want to trade Pete Carroll. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, yeah, Larry. I'm not worried about the run defense. Run defense. Look, I'm not saying run defense doesn't matter, but run defense doesn't really matter. Okay? NFL games are ultimately decided by your ability to stay on the field on offense on third down and get off the field on defense on third down. And that's determined by your ability to complete passes and stop the pass. For this team to be a Super Bowl contender, we need 2 to 3 rookies to start this year. C, wide receiver, tight end, OT, RB, or CB. Well, we definitely don't need a rookie to start at tackle. I don't see that at all. We're fine at tackle. We don't need a rookie to start at running back, that's for sure. Center, maybe, although I don't really like the centers in this draft that much. Receiver, tight end, if you're talking about like a third receiver or second tight end, sure. Cornerback, yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the area. That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Mr. Thanader, it should easily. If not, then something is really, really wrong. Are they going to sign a receiver or draft one? I'm not sure. I imagine they're going to draft one. Um, but it's possible we get AB or Golden Tate. Why don't you like Creed Humphrey? Because he plays in a phone booth. Creed Humphrey played in a phone booth at Oklahoma. I don't think that's what we need in this offense. I don't think that fits in well with what we're trying to do on offense. Any of the top 10 OTs are an upgrade from Shelton? No. No, 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 no. Not as rookies. No, that, especially when some of them aren't even right tackles. No, 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 no. Shell is going to be better than any tackle we can get as a rookie. No way. No how. Shell is pretty good. A rookie tackle, even if he's good, is going to get his ass kicked plenty as a rookie because he has so much to learn. The only way we could get a rookie who is better than Shell would be if we can get Samuel Cosme or Dylan Radnuns. And I don't think we're going to be able to get either of those guys. Those guys have a chance. But the guys that I think we can get, no way. No way. Creed is an upgrade over Posick, fit or not. I'm not convinced. Not convinced. I think Creed's going to be a pretty good player, but if he's not a fit, I don't want him. I'd rather have an average player who's a good fit than a good player who doesn't fit. Quinn Earnings is a meme, David. We've discussed this before. I don't like Quinn Earnings. Yeah, Joseph. According to Norbcam, it's 1.75 million. I don't have confirmation, but it seems like it's 1.15 million. Have I done a scouting video on defensive tackles? No, T-Man. I don't think we need a defensive tackle that much. I might do one video on defensive tackle. Remember, as a right tackle in the league, as a right tackle, you you're going against some of the best you're going against the best pass rushers in the league. You're going against the killers. You're going against the Khalil Macks of the world, the Von Millers of the world. So just being okay is um an asset. Just being able to hold your own when you're facing the best pass rushers in the league, that counts for something. Yeah, see, my problem with signing Sherman or Tate is just like, can't we do something new? Can't we get something like fresh? Isn't Shell just okay? I think Shell's a little better than okay, but we could do better, and I would like to do better, but rookies take a while to adjust. Rookies are not going to rookies typically, especially at right tackle and left tackle, they have a lot to learn on how to deal with NFL pass rushers. So I think it is a mistake to expect a rookie to come in and just be better than Shell from week 1. Mariners game 2 just started. All right. I think um yeah, maybe Austin, but I'd rather get somebody young, somebody new, somebody exciting. I don't think we lose a compensation pick on a guy with a contract this small. I think Sherman will sign somewhere, but I kind of hope it isn't with us personally. I don't know, guys. Not into it. Hey, Nate Joe. Ishana. Yeah, I think Damian Lewis is going to keep getting better. What was Shell's rating in New York? It wasn't good. Let me look that up. Hold on, guys. Brandon Shell in 2019, his PFF grade was 63.6, which is okay. 2018, it was 63.7, which is okay. 64.7 in 2017. Yeah, this guy's not bad. Guys, he has a hard job. Playing and being an offensive lineman for Russell Wilson is hard. Okay? It's hard to block for Russell Wilson because you don't know where he's going to be because he's running around all the time. He's not great, and I will give you this: he played bad in the playoff game. He sucked in the playoffs. But life's hard when you're going against the best pass rushers in the league, like Shell is. Yeah, maybe we just felt like Dunbar's knee was cooked. That's the only thing that makes sense to me because less than $1 million for a veteran cornerback who can start when he's healthy, you have to be kidding me. But yeah, I'm not worried about run defense. Here's the thing, guys. If we can get up on teams, if we can get ahead of teams, they're not going to be able to run the ball. We still have pretty good investments at linebacker. We still have Puna. We still have I think Kerry Hyder is going to be pretty good against the run, and Al Woods is going to be a fine run stuffer. Yeah, yeah, T man. There are a ton of really good corners later in this draft. A ton of them. Hey, David. Yeah, exactly, David. I don't know about you guys, but I think it is possible. It is possible that we will not have a single defensive lineman to play more than 600 snaps this year. Maybe none of them will have more than 550. Yes, T Man, I will be doing a draft stream all 3 days. All 3 day draft stream. Even though we're only going to pick a few times. Interior pass rush good, as long as Collier is able to handle it. Taylor will be Sam. You may be very correct. Yeah. I would be fine if we used a draft pick on a cornerback, personally, but I will say this. It's time to invest a little more on the offense. We need to invest a little more on the offense. We've invested a ton on this defense. The defense should be one of the best in the league as is. Let's get some investments on this offense. That's why I really want to take a wide receiver in the second round. I like Campbell Green Earth. I got off him a little bit because of his wingspan. Aldon isn't 255 anymore. He's 280. Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. Still smaller than Dunlap. Yeah, exactly, Washi. What Washi said, exactly. The Chiefs don't have a good run defense, but it doesn't ever matter. All right, guys, we're going to stream for about another 8 minutes, and then I'm going to go. So, any last minute comments you want me to address, um, go ahead and make them now. Any last minute things you guys want to do or say, now's the time. Sean Proper, maybe a little bit, but not a lot. Does this mean no KJ? Yeah, KJ's off the board. Forget KJ. I would be willing to take a good wide receiver, Aiden Davis. Absolutely. Yeah, Michael. Apparently it's 1.75 million. I'm waiting for confirmation on that. AB or second round receiver. It depends on who the second round receiver is. It depends. Oh yeah, Sam. If Norton can't figure it out with this much talent, get him out of here immediately. Yeah, Washi, but I think we will have a good run defense, especially with Jamal Adams. He's great against the run. And Puna's great against the run too. Trade for Anthony Miller? Why? Yeah, I want to get an offensive player in the second round, is if the right one's there. I do not want to trade back. I want to get a top receiver or a top tight end or a top tackle, maybe a top center, but I'm telling you, these centers do not, I don't think they fit what Waldron's trying to do here. I don't like it. We already have Freddie Swain, Colby Parkinson, Will Disley, Gerald Everett. Okay. Don't fall in love with the mediocre when you have a chance to get somebody who's actually good. Okay? Colby Parkinson has 2 career catches. Freddie Swain has like 13 career catches. Will Disley runs like a 5.140. Okay? I'm not saying these players are worthless, but don't fall in love with them and make it so you don't want to go get somebody who's even better. Realistically, Colby Parkinson will probably never be more than a tight end 2, maybe tight end 3. And the fact that he blew his rookie year because he broke his foot is also setting him back. Okay? I like Freddie Swain, but he was a 7th round pick for a reason. Don't overrate players just because they put the Seahawk helmet on. Okay? Don't assume that everybody who puts the Seahawk helmet on is some great player. Don't assume that just because you saw them make one good play one time that they're much better than people think. If you have the ability to go get somebody better, do it. Now, sometimes you don't have the ability to get somebody better. I don't know if we have the ability to get a better center than Ethan Posick anymore. I would like to get a better center, but I feel like that ship sailed a little bit. Rage Real Sade, he's not the first tight end in NFL history who has been that size. Look, I'm happy to give Freddie Swain and Colby Parkinson a chance, but don't assume these guys are better than they are just because they wear Seahawks jerseys. I see fans of other teams do this all the time. They have a player who makes one good play, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's so underrated. We need to get him on the field more. We need him to do this and that. He's going to be an All Pro if he can actually get on the field enough." And the reality is, there are a million players out there just as good as player X. You just think they're better than they are because you saw them play and you didn't see the other guys play. Yes, Colby Parkinson has some interesting talents, but don't fall in love with him and think we can't get somebody better if the option is there. I remember in this is basketball, but the Boston Celtics, back when they were making the finals with KG and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce, they thought that Glenn Davis and Nate Robinson were so great. You know, they thought, oh, these are the most underrated bench guys on the league. Celtics fans were like, these guys could start on other teams. These guys are so good. They're so valuable that we got such a steal. And it's like, no, no. Every team in the league has players on their bench who are about as good as Nate Robinson and Glenn Davis. But you just see them play more. So you see them do some good things. So you think they're better than they are, when in reality, you could replace them with random guard X and random um, big undersized power forward X and not really miss anything. Oh yeah, Trey Adams retired. Yeah, Trevor, every team's fans overrate their players. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I'm saying that as fans, we should work to not do that so we can prioritize getting better where we need to and where we can. Yeah, player interviews are not interesting to me most of the time. Rookies have better physical traits and better production than the guys on this roster always look to upgrade talent. Yeah. And to to this team's credit, they are doing a very good job this season so far of showing that good is not good enough. They are always trying to get better. They are always trying to move one step closer to great. But don't do not come at me with we don't need another tight end because we have Colby Parkinson and his 2 career catches. I'm not saying Colby's bad. I'm saying if there's the opportunity to get somebody better, then do it. Yeah, John Ursu is a great example. He made a couple catches in the preseason, and people thought he was the next Doug Baldwin. Deami Brown, James. All right, guys, we're going to stream for about another minute, and then I'm going to get out of here and get back to work. Thank you for coming out to this stream. Yeah, Ahmad. I'm willing to give Colby Parkinson a bit of a break just because he broke his foot last year. But yeah, don't fall in love with him and think you can't get somebody better just because you like him. Okay, don't think I'm not going to buy this Mercedes Benz because I have a Miata. Okay, if you have a Miata and it runs fine, that's cool. But if you have the opportunity to go get a Mercedes Benz, you should probably do that. Washi, I think our pass rush should be the best in the league. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for coming out to this stream. Peace out. Go Hawks. I will be on later tonight. Maybe another video later today, but I might just kind of let the current couple of videos that I posted already simmer. So, yeah. Good stuff today. Exciting stuff. 2 weeks away from the draft. Peace out. Go Hawks. Things are happening.